pregame.com.
The Niners and the Falcons get the party started on Sunday at 12 noon Pacific time. This is a free pick from Bryan Leonard. We're going to get that in just a bit. But anyway, San Francisco's laying 4 points in this one. The total sitting at 49. The total actually opened around 46.5 at a couple particular joints. And then, as I said on Wednesday night as we cut this, it's gone up 2.5 points. Early betting, Brian, when I checked before we came down here on Wednesday evening, saw 70% of the ATS tickets written on San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. If you were to take a look at the line, whatever, when it was like 7 minutes to go in that last game, you could have laid 2 with San Francisco. Then all of a sudden, Atlanta looks bad late in the game.
Right.
And we all saw that.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it opens up 2.5, quickly up to 3, goes through 3, up to 4. I actually saw a 5 yesterday. So all the money's come on San Francisco. The public's all over San Francisco here, but I'm going to play it a little bit different. I'm going to take Atlanta plus the 3 in the first half. A couple of reasons why. I think the best unit on the field is the San Francisco defense. Mm-hmm. If San Francisco takes a lead in this game, I'm not sure Atlanta could come back in the second half. You've got a San Francisco team that, based on what happened last week, everybody loves right now. Mm-hmm. And usually that's a team I want to go against. But because San Francisco's defense is the best unit on this team, I think in the first half, getting the key number of 3 is the way to go.
I love to watch San Francisco play defense, win or lose, or whether of course, if I'm on them, I want them to win. But I love watching their defense because they do very little zoning. It's a lot of pop them in the mouth football. It's a lot of secondary players, you know, defensive backs, hitting them at the line of scrimmage or in that 5-yard buffer zone that they like to call it. But I thought those drives by San Francisco last week, those were manly-ass drives. Did I just say that?
Yeah, you did.
You're talking 8 plays for 80 yards, 9 plays, 83 yards. 8 plays, 93 yards, 11 plays, 93 yards. They had 580 yards of offense on almost 8 yards per play. But, Marco, I'm going to say this. I like Cool Hand Kaepernick. You know, I mean, this guy was as smooth as it gets. He threw that opening pick 6, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, is he going to fold up the tent here? He went off the field, and he became a leader right then and there. He was as calm as it gets, and he helped lead his team to a destruction of the Green Bay defense. What do you think about this one?
Well, you know, I'll say this much. He made Jim Harbaugh look like a complete freaking genius.
Yeah, from idiot to genius in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, because everybody, you know, was questioning, okay, now we're in the playoffs. How's he going to react with the playoff? You know, Alex Smith has the playoff experience and everything else. Well, he's done it, and they've done everything you've asked them to do. They rolled up almost 600 yards of offense. I think it was like, what, 579 to be exact. And, you know, it was great. And the other thing is, to have the young quarterback on the field, they came back from a 7-point deficit, not once, but twice in the game, overcame it. And that's a sign of a good team. Now you flip the switch and go to Atlanta. Atlanta looked as good as you could possibly look the first half of the game last week, and basically through the third quarter. You know, and I hate to admit it, I mean, I happened to be out a little bit later on Saturday night last week, and I won't blame anybody that had me out, but there was
someone with their thumb.
Yeah, someone over this direction, but. I fell asleep at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Whenever Atlanta answered after the first touchdown that Seattle put up, and they came right back and went right down the field and answered and put it back to 20 points. I relaxed. There was no way that I could possibly see.
So did Matty Ice's right arm.
That was my whole point. The whole team fell asleep too.
You know, and I dozed off for 15 minutes and I woke up. And
that's right, because I texted you. I'm like, can you believe this or whatever?
And I didn't answer you right away.
Like, huh?
Yeah, I was like, what? And they came back, and then. It's like, but any team that blows a lead like that, they're not going to come back and win. Atlanta found a way with 31 seconds to go down and win again. So now you're going to hear everybody again this week. This is the worst 14-3 team I've ever seen in the NFL. But they're 14-3. They can't, you know, they're finding ways to win. And I've been doing this a long time. Brian, you're as old as I am and been doing this. How many times have you seen a team in the AFC Championship game this kind of number as a home dog?
Yeah,
you don't.
It may be the first time.
Number 1 seed at that. Yeah. By the way, Tolstoy, thanks for the diatribe there. But half hour later, it's actually halftime. What do you like at the halftime? That talking. But, you know, when we saw it, was funny. I remember Chris Andrews tweeting out, I think it was on Monday afternoon, where is this line going to stop? When is it going to finally, you know, hit the wall? And that was, I think, at 3.5 or 4. It got up to 4.5. And like you said, there was even a 5 or 2 out there before we actually saw some buyback on the other side. I mean, you got to think that, does it come down and get back under, 3.5, under 4, I should say, and stay at a solid 3.5 or even less? I mean, I think there's going to be some money that eventually, bigger money, this is Wednesday that we're talking, that's going to come in on the home dog here. Yeah, you would have to think so. And by the way, just so you know, Tolstoy wasn't the name of one of those strippers from the other night. And if it was Leo, you got a problem. Anyway, this one is Brian's free pick. Let's get to it. All right, we're going to take the 3 points in the first half with Atlanta. Just want to throw out a couple other stats here. Atlanta's last 40 games at home, only 3 times have they lost the game by 4 points or more. They've been very good at home. I feel more confident in the first half of this game, but also something I'm going to play, some props on this game, obviously. Atlanta's already come out. There's been a lot of talk about Atlanta not being able to cover, quarterbacks that run. They've had really, really tough times this year. They've already said they're going to come out and they're going to zone Kaepernick. So what I'm going to do in that game, Kaepernick's not going to be able to run. That's the whole thing that they want to do, is keep him from running. I'm going to put the Kaepernick yards under as a prop, but also I'll play Kaepernick on the passing. He's going to have a lot of open shots, 4 or 5 yards downfield, crosses over the middle, completions, that kind of thing is what I'm going to use for this game. And I'm going to take the 3 points right here. It is my best, or actually my free play for this week. And I can't wait until they see that bringing down Colin Kaepernick, whether you're zoning or not, or trying to keep him in a little cocoon, is about like trying to bring down Ben Roethlisberger on a good day. It's not going to be easy. So I like what you're saying here. But anyway, when we come back, we've got the late battle in the NFL. That, of course, the Ravens and the Patriots. Stick around for that right here at pregame.tv.